Y'all got any eligibility, so and usually we try to get all the recruiting done before the game, but we just had a little we had a few that didn't get here till later, so it's a little more after. So I appreciate y'all's patience, but I'm just proud of our guys and proud of our team. They battled all year. 13 years at Alabama and 19 years at Clemson. I'd probably put that in the top 5 all-time wins that I've been a part of. It was special. It was special. These guys, it's just unbelievable. I can't even put into words what all we've dealt with this year. I really can't. It's just we just make stuff up along the way. It's just we lost 2 more linemen tonight. We lost Maffa late, but they're just so resilient, and they've been in every game, and obviously we could have, if we just make a few kicks, we could probably have had a little bit more of a cushion there and finish one of those drives, but it was the way it needed to be. A lot of mistakes, but unbelievable team win. You saw the foundation of our program tonight. That's what you saw, and when you have a great foundation, you can build something great, but you can also withstand adversity when it comes, or storms when they come. And the foundation of our program is effort, it's toughness, it's physicality, it's an absolute no-quit attitude, and it's an unshakable, don't even make any sense type of belief in yourself and team. That's the foundation of our program here, and it always has been. And you saw that. You saw a team stand on that tonight. You saw that shine through. So much adversity. And, it was the way it needed to be because the offense had to go down the field and win the game. As bad as we've been, you saw a group really, really rise up. And we ran the ball tremendously well. We got in a little bind with guys getting hurt, and we think they have 3 sacks, I think. Is that right? Is that what they had? 3 sacks, which was disappointing. We made a lot of plays. We made some routine plays, and we made some of those plays that we haven't been making all year where we've had opportunities. Thought DJ hung in there. Obviously, the sack fumble score was crazy. But I just loved how they responded. They absolutely did not flinch. And, we really – most of our drives were scoring opportunities that we didn't finish, whether it was a missed kick or whatever. But just really proud of what these guys did. The run game, we leaned on that all night. Maffa, although he couldn't finish the game, he was 9 for 69. And, Shipley, 25 for 128. These are 2 true freshmen. Y'all think they're going to get worse or better? These are 2 special young guys, and our offensive line was getting it done up front for most of the night. So I'm just really proud of what we were able to do rushing. And, again, we did a lot of good things in the passing game. I thought Justin Ross was awesome. He had some huge plays for us and should have had a touchdown on a little double move. We had him. That was one bad missed throw that DJ had. But, other than that throw, I thought he really did some good stuff and made some big throws. He made a big one coming off the goal line, a big outcut to the opposite field. And Davis Allen, huge play. We got a good matchup there, great throw and catch for a big touchdown. So I'm just really proud of those guys. Special teams, Will Spires has been amazing all year. None bigger than the end there. And Jack Maddox with a great snap. And just well executed at the end of the game. Really proud of that. I've been on our guys a lot because I just didn't, it's been a while since we blocked a kick, and been really challenging them, and especially this week. Felt like we could have an opportunity, and man, that blocked extra point was the difference in the game. It gave us a little bit of it's a big difference when you need a touchdown versus a field goal. And I just thought that was a huge, huge play. Miles Murphy, 2.5 sacks and a block extra point was awesome. It was, so special teams, we did some good stuff. We handled the ball well. It was a wet night. I thought the celebration penalty was a big, big opportunity for us because we were able to get, good field position on the return there by Shipley. there at the end, so that was big. So I'm really pleased with our special teams. They've been solid all year, and obviously BT had his worst night in a long time. But I'll tell y'all exactly what I told him after the game. I told him, shake it off, man. He's been there for us all year. We don't have 5 wins if it's not for BT. He's been money for us all year long, and he had a rough night. But he's had this team's back all year, and tonight, the offense and defense needed to have his back, and they did. So he'll bounce back for sure. But defensively, I thought we dominated the second half. We did not play well in the first half. I was really disappointed in how we played defensively. We didn't line up. We were soft in the run game. They were getting too much in the run game. We turned a guy loose. Just really not consistent. We had 4 offsides penalties back-to-back on 3rd and long, and just really did not execute well in the first half. But, man, in the second half, they really, really did a good job. This team was running the football, insanely well coming into this game. And so I think they ended up with 65 yards, bunch of negative plays and tackles for loss, and no bigger, play than that 4th and 2 stop. That was a huge. That's not counted as a turnover, but I count that as a turnover. Right there on downs. Obviously, the fumble recovery by Makuba was big. His mom was here for the first time. She hadn't been to a college football game ever. So for her to be able to be here and see him, he was so excited that she was going to be able to be here for her first game. That was special. And then obviously right there at the end, if I knew we were going to win by 10, I would have just, not worried so much. But that was, what a crazy finish. And Barrett Carter, he's a true freshman running around out there. But we just saw contributions from so many people. We played a lot of nickel dime robber type of packages and coverages all night. This quarterback, nobody has been able to get to this dude. He's almost. Is that the Braves? How are we doing? Is that the Braves? So this quarterback is unbelievable, and we had 6 sacks. And that's the most we've had all year, and he is the most difficult guy to get down. And, man, we did an awesome job. Of course, all those guys were great. And I'm going to tell you, Xavier Thomas, he was amazing. There were some plays where he didn't necessarily get the sack, but he really dominated the tackle and moved him physically, turned his speed into power. He obviously had the great chase from behind him. He just a lot of extra effort plays. But I just thought defensively we just did an amazing job in the second half. So, just proud of our team. It was a great team win. We finished October 3-1. We were 2-2 in September, so we're getting better. And so hopefully we can make it a great November. And this is the type of game where these kids can gain a lot of confidence. And I don't really know where we are injury-wise, so we'll have to kind of regroup. Hopefully we got at least 7 offensive linemen that can go play. But we'll figure that out. We're going to enjoy this tonight. These kids deserve this. Just happy for our staff. I'm proud of all of them for just their heart. And, it's special to see a group of guys because there's so many opportunities where, adversity can splinter you, can cause you to lose faith, and especially some of the types of games that we've been in. But they've hung in there, and they deserve this tonight. So I'm just really proud of them and something hopefully we can build on. To beat Florida State 6 in a row, I don't think that's ever been done in this league. And, man, I have a ton of respect for Florida State. I thought it was a special night to be able to honor Coach Bowden. I really appreciate our university, doing that. It was great to have Tommy here for a couple of days. I really enjoyed just kind of, visiting with him and having some time to really just reflect and talk about a lot of different things. He was blown away by just, where we are. And so it was a great weekend from that standpoint. But Florida State, I think Mike's doing an amazing job. That team, to start out 0-4 with just 2, gut-wrenching losses, and this is a gut-wrenching loss. But, man, they are doing a lot of good things. And I think he's done a great job of keeping those kids because they're playing hard. So, hats off to Florida State. And I don't have any doubt that they'll be back where they need to be shortly. So just happy to get the win, and we'll move on and enjoy this one and reload and see if we can find a way to win up in Louisville.
Coach, I guess technically you can't count that as a one-score game, but if you did, you'd be 31-7 since 2011 in such games. Your defense had to get Florida State off the field to get the ball back to you with 4 minutes left. How much of a comfort level is it having a guy like Brent Venables on the sideline?
Yeah, well, I mean, you just know that we're going to make adjustments, especially when he's got the tools. He's got the tools. We got the right pieces, and you just know he's going to make the right adjustments and fix things. And I just thought we did a great job. We're obviously disappointed with the one-play touchdown. That was very frustrating. They kind of rubbed us. We should have clouded that coverage there. We didn't communicate it, and should have had a cover 2 corner there that would have taken that, and we didn't have it. And so the linebacker kind of got picked a little bit. And, great play by them, but that was disappointing. But man, they're going to make the adjustments, and like I said, especially when he's got the tools, and he's got a lot. And I just thought they did a good job tonight against this group and how we had to play, because he is a nightmare. This quarterback. I mean, he's all over the place, and we finally settled in. I mean, they were hurting us on the counter a little bit, but we finally got dialed in on that and did a great job. So many guys made great contributions, but you're right. When we had to punt it away there, man, that stop that we got was huge, and I was able to save 2 timeouts, right there, which was big too. We used one. I think I used one, maybe right at under 5 minutes, maybe, and so we were able to save the 2. But getting that stop was, that was, and they had to punt. They had to punt the ball. So it was a big stop for those guys for sure. And again, the turnovers. We turn it over. They go right out next play, turnover, sudden change. So just again, just really proud of how they played, especially that second half. They were dominant.
And a week after you sat DJ, what led you to stick with him tonight?
Well, I thought first of all how he finished the game last week. How he responded, and he went in. He took us right down the field and scored a touchdown, and we never got the ball back. And then just how he practiced all week, and both of them practiced well. But I just thought that he got in a good rhythm out there, and he was making throws. And we moved the ball the whole game. Really the first, we 3 out of the first 5 drives we were scoring drives. We just missed a field goal. So we kept moving the ball, and we're doing a lot of good things. I thought he was throwing the ball well. Made good checks in the run game. He had a couple mistakes. Again, the big miss was the touchdown to Ross. Double move, sprint out, and he just didn't get downhill on it and throw it over the top. He sailed it out of bounds. That was to me, that was his worst play of the game. Obviously the sack scoop play, but other than that, I thought he did a nice job of moving the ball and giving us a chance to be successful.
What can that last drive do for his confidence and also the offensive confidence?
Everybody. The way we ran, and that is a big, stout front. They are big dudes, and so the way I can't wait to watch the tape. I can't wait. I'm super excited about watching it and seeing, because again, we had the huge, T.O. had to go in there, and his first play, he just, completely missed the guy, but he'll be fine. Just you got to be ready. You got to be ready. Because Trotter went down, Putnam went down, and but he did a nice job. The whole game. But I'm proud of DJ. I think it'll give him great confidence, and I think same thing. We made big plays in the passing game. We got the ball downfield. We had some competitive plays. We had some PIs where we got position on them and got behind them. Obviously, the play to Davis was huge. So we had some back shoulder balls. We had a lot of things that we haven't been finishing on that we did tonight, and so just really proud of them. We had a great screen call, or I think it might have been the first possession, the first third down, and Shipley. He'd have got that in the fourth quarter, but early in the game he got tackled like 2 yards shorter right there in the middle of the open field. So Still a lot we can improve on, but I think this is the type of game that these guys can they can see what they can do. And again, when they're back against the wall, they just give up the score. You're frustrated. You missed kicks. You've got all this stuff. You're not getting the kind of the payday for the amount of work you're putting in and the success you're having. That can be very frustrating. But they just hung in there, and when they had to have it, man, they put it together. It was awesome. And again, hopefully we can all gain some confidence from that.
Dabo, was there any common thread to BT's misses tonight? Anything that you saw?
No, I just missed it. The last one, he said his foot got stuck in the ground. Obviously, something happened. So that's what he said. He said I stuck my foot in the ground. So that's it.
Coach, describe the emotions of the week after the loss to Pittsburgh, emotions throughout the game, especially in the fourth quarter with Breast Cancer Wednesday, which you're rocking the pink tonight. The return of Tommy Bowden, you kind of touched on that, the play of Shipley and the defense overall.
It was a lot of emotions all week, coming off a lot of disappointment, and I think we're having an opportunity to teach a lot this year, and really grow our team, grow a bunch of young people through challenge, through adversity. Struggle makes you strong, and our team is getting stronger. We're getting better, and even last week, we're doing a lot of good things. Just not quite enough in the critical. Not a very opportunistic team, but I just love how they hung in there and how they responded. And it was a great week. And again, Florida State, Clemson, Florida State. I don't care what records are. It's always a huge game for both fan bases. And then the fact that with Coach Bowden passing away. That's was a special opportunity, to be able to really honor a great man, great coach, but a great man, and someone I had great respect for that meant a lot to college football, meant a lot to this league, meant a lot to Florida State, meant a lot to this game, this Clemson, Florida. Some great moments. So I thought that was great, and it was awesome to have, Coach Tommy Bowden back. And, he hasn't been here in a long time, and I really appreciate our crowd. And that meant a lot to him. It meant a lot to him. He's not a guy to cry, but he had tears in his eyes tonight. I could see that. And, I just thought it was a special night. And have his grandkids there and son Ryan. It was just a good week. And then from a breast cancer standpoint, $49 at Belk. I tell y'all that every year. If you get one, but I just think that our administrative people here, our event people, do an amazing job, and so many people are so generous with their time and with their money, and trying to help us in this great cause. WCCP, every year they're just amazing, and their listeners do an awesome job. So just really appreciate all the hosts on WCCP and just the whole collaboration that goes on, for this week to make it a great week and an opportunity to help change some people's lives.
Now, you said this was a top 5 win, assuming 2 of the other ones are national title games. What rounds out your list?
Yeah, well, I don't know. I just know this one's top 5. I might have to redo it, but this one's in there. There's no doubt about that, And I'm counting all of them. I played in a national championship too, so got 3 of those. But it's just incredible. Again, I've just never really been through a year like this, where it's just like what next type of a season. But to see these guys just hang in there and keep battling, and to see our staff do the same thing, this was a sweet one. This was a sweet night.
Coach, we haven't seen a lot of fade routes in the red zone this season compared to previous years with guys like T. Higgins.
We ain't been in the red zone a whole lot.
Indeed. With the 3rd and 7 in the pass to Davis Allen, take us through that play call and how well executed it was.
I just felt like we had a good matchup. We talked about that this week if we got the opportunity, and he's playing as good a football as anybody we have. He's playing with an amazing amount of confidence, and I didn't want to take a chance or any sack or anything right there, anything over the middle. I just wanted to give him an opportunity, and so we had the timeout there and we talked about it, and man, DJ made a great throw, put it right on top, right up there where he needed to, and then Davis is a big old body, and like I said, he's playing with as much confidence as anybody we have, and that was a big play for us. Big play, big moment. I think it was 3rd and 7 maybe, something like that. So happy for him because that kid he's special. He's special, and glad we got him back another year.
Dado, Tony said tonight that he could hear DJ through the other coaches' headsets being more vocal. Is that something that you noticed tonight?
Oh yeah. No, he's been great. I mean, he has, and even when bad things happen, the shovel pick last week. I mean, he's had 2 pick sixes, neither one of them are on him. Everybody puts them on him. We let a guy run through the A gap last week. He thinks he's going to be blocked, and he probably should have checked before he shoveled it, but kind of shoveled it blindly. But that guy's supposed to be blocked. He's not supposed to be there. And then he gave Ngata a chance on that one, and Ngata, that's 100% on Ngata. I mean, that's our rule. If you get the ball thrown to you and it gets intercepted, that's on you. I mean, you cannot let the ball get intercepted when it's a ball that there's a chance to be a play on, not like just a terrible throw, but a ball where there's going to be a competitive play. It can't be intercepted. There are 2 things that's going to happen. We're going to catch it, or it's a PI on them. All right, but we're not going to let the ball get picked. So he gave him an opportunity right there, but he'll learn from that.
On the strip sack, the 11 came screaming off the edge. Is it on DJ? Should he have the ball higher?
Well, I need to look at the tape. I just, it's on the guy. It's on the guy that didn't block him. That's first where it starts. Let's just call that. But I need to watch the tape. But I think Walker Parks played a really good game. I need to, because I really didn't notice 11 a lot. And man, when you watch tape, oh my God, I was up. I mean, he'd keep you up, man. He'd make you pull your hair out. That guy is special. And Walker Parks did it. I mean, I need to watch it before I just go on record, but I think he did a pretty good job, except that play. So I'm not sure DJ saw him, and he was there so fast. I'm not sure. I don't know if they ran a twist or a stunt. I don't know how he came so free. I need to see it. I'm not sure DJ saw him, and he was stepping up. And you'd like to have 2 hands on, two-hand pressure there in the pocket at all times before you launch it. And it looked like he just had it in one hand. But I need to see it before I can really kind of coach him up on that.
Devin, how would you describe just the speed of the front 4 you guys have on defense? And
Man.
Kind of had to get creative?
Well, I thought they were. I didn't think they played like they're capable to play last week, and they really responded. They were relentless, flying around. And again, all of them, they just did an excellent job. Obviously Justin's out for the year, so you've seen Swint in there a little bit more, KJ and Maskell, and then X and Miles, they just have a different gear than everybody else. I mean, those guys are they're just unique. And Xavier Thomas, there's a few plays that just stick out in my mind where, like I said, he didn't necessarily make the play, but he absolutely created the play by his pressure through the tackle, and that quarterback, feeling that and flushing him, and then other people being able to get him. So, just really proud of how those guys competed and the effort that I saw on tape during the game.
So I don't think Xavier and Miles started. Did that have anything to do with just last week kind of challenge?
We thought they had some, had a few loafs and had a couple MAs, and Maskell and KJ pretty good. We just thought they played a little better. So that's kind of, it's a kind of a week to week deal. It has been all year, but X and Miles, buddy, they responded tonight, and I think KJ and Maskell did some good stuff too.
You were able to get a good bit of that pressure late, 3-man, it looked like.
Yep.
Is that pleasing?
It is, but and that you got to give a lot of credit to our coverage, number one. But they I thought were physical, and they kept him as corralled as they could. And you saw us a couple times with Barrett, in there. He was kind of the third guy, if you will, and just had a little bit more speed on the field. And those guys did a good job of not just, rushing up the field and creating rush lanes. They shut it down when they needed to. They pushed the pocket and kind of squeezed him a little bit with some power, because that's hard. I mean, it's hard when you're a three-member. But our coverage did a good job, and we made him hold the ball a little bit. So you got to give some guys some credit on the back end as well.
Coach, 32 straight wins in Death Valley. You said several times this week you needed the crowd to show up. How much did you feel their presence?
Yeah, the fourth quarter was awesome. I mean, it was awesome, and hope they all got their money's worth. That's for sure. I was looking for it looked like a lot of people were gone in the third quarter. I think there were some people showed up late. They might have been out in the parking lot or something. But man, they kind of got back in there, and man, fourth quarter was incredible. Really appreciate their spirit and their energy. It was loud. I couldn't hardly hear at one point. I mean, I couldn't really hear well talking to Tony and Brent a couple times. It was so loud. So just really appreciate the enthusiasm and just sticking with these guys, supporting them, and happy. That's amazing. I mean, that's amazing to win that amount of games at home. I mean, it's incredible, and that's special. Our seniors, something they take pride in. If we can finish at home undefeated, it'll be the first back-to-back senior class to leave undefeated since 1940 and 1941. So that's hard. That's hard to do. It's hard to win, and especially to win consistently. I don't care where you play, but that's something that's important to those guys. I mean, they want to be undefeated at home. They want to be undefeated anywhere. But that's something that's still on the table for these guys, and it was just really cool to see them be able to find a way to get it done tonight.
Well, Shipley's touchdown run, it almost kind of seemed like even though you saw plenty of guys ahead of him, you just kind of knew he was going to reach the end zone. Is that kind of your perspective? I
mean, he's amazing. I mean, he and Muff. And, don't forget we didn't have Kobe tonight. Kobe's a great player. I mean, we don't have many, but the three we got they are truly special players, and they all bring different things and attributes. But Shipley is what he is. I mean, he's just relentless. And again, sometimes he kind of has big eyes, those big freshman eyes, and as his eyes get a little smaller, and his breath gets a little more controlled, it's unbelievable what he's going to be able to do. I mean, I'm just telling you, he's just. And in the passing game as well. I mean, he can do so much. But he's just relentless. He's just kind of built different than a lot of people. And man, I love Phil Maffa. You talk about a big stallion. I mean, he is the sweetest kid. And those two are roommates. They're great friends, and they're going to be a fun duo. And be happy when we get Kobe back. I know he was watching and excited for those guys to get it done, but we got a special group right there.
Any update on Maffa, what he's dealing with?
I don't. I just know he couldn't. They had to hold him out in the fourth quarter, so we'll see what happens where he is tomorrow. Hopefully it's nothing serious.
Any idea on Trotter?
No, I think Trotter. I think they tried to get him back in there. I think they taped him up and kind of braced him up, but obviously Putnam was able to go back, but he was hurting. Both of them were out at one time, so we'll see. We'll see. But good to get Rayburn back. We just kind of play musical chairs every single week, seems like. But old Rayburn went in there. How about that guy? I mean, he hadn't played. He's been out, and shoot, he has to roll in there and did a heck of a job for us. So we'll figure it out as we go. But hopefully it's not something that keeps him out next week. But I'll know more tomorrow night when I talk to y'all.
Tony was saying that, in practice with Justin Ross, it's a show. That he makes a lot of plays. This is closer to what you've seen out in practice.
Yeah. He was awesome. And we made the right throws. And like I said, we missed him. Hey, that was a heck of a route. The sprint out, double move. I mean, man, what a great route. And I mean, he was open probably 4 or 5 yards behind that guy, and we just sailed the ball. But he had a really, really good game. A really good game, and that's the whole game. I mean, Ngata did some good things. Obviously, EJ and that was a crazy play. I mean, goodness gracious, EJ's on the ground, he gets up, and then, I mean, you know, and that's what I was telling. It's kind of hard to get frustrated with DJ because, you know, he got up and he was able to complete the pass, but I'm like, you know, it was kind of a screwed up deal when your receiver's laying on the ground. Maybe we just throw that in the ground and let's just live for 2nd and 10 but, you know, he's also trying to make a play, and then EJ's just got to hang on to it. But so good to get him back. So we got him back. We got Ngata back. So hopefully we can, you know, kind of keep them rolling a little bit.
Was that the happy
Bo Collins is growing up, making some plays and getting behind guys. So he had a nice play, and I think he got a PI as well. So he's getting better.
Was that maybe the most joyful or, I guess, carefree locker room
Oh,
that you've seen
man.
this season?
Yeah, it was sweet. It was special. It was special. You know, they deserved it. They needed something. They needed something really good to happen for them. And, you know, that right there, even though it's hard to make a living that way, it's kind of, you know, you get over 50, that'll age you quick. But sometimes those are sweeter than, you know, a 35-3 or something, especially when you're trying to, you know, build and teach and, you know, lean on the foundation that we have in place. It's great for them.
Any questions from Zoom?
Zoom just checking in for duty, though.
Oh, yeah, they didn't show up last week. They're back.
All right. Thank you, Coach.
Is that it? All right, appreciate you.